Welcome again to Apple Pie English Schools. This is teaching time with Kent. So I teach something that I've either taught in college or as a university professor, or also I've taught in my adult lessons. And this topic today is here 7 tips for a great essay. Our topic last week was cheap, fast, and good. I hope you enjoyed that one. And of course, we also did 7 tips for meeting somebody for the first time. We also did 4 P's of marketing, so some business things. So this one, my university students see this every year, but this is a great way to make an essay. So 7 tips, and I'll explain them one by one. Let's see. So first up, of course, 3 supporting ideas. You can see this still here, like even Nike. When Nike started their company, they had 3 ideas how they wanted to build their company. Just like, so this stool here. So when you have a stool, of course, you have 2 legs, it's going to be wobbly. But if you have at least 3 legs, it stays, it holds the structure. Like, for example, for Apple Pie English School, whenever we make a new class or a new product or service, we always think about these 3 things. Is one, are the students able to learn this? And you may think, of course, everybody can learn everything, but it's not necessarily true. One time I did a dance class, some students were great at it, some weren't. So can the students learn it? And second, can I teach it? Also, not necessarily true either. So, and I only know that through experiment. So, and then 3, of course, is it fun? So, is it teachable from me? Is it learnable from the student's point of view? And is it fun? So the 3 stools for Apple Pie English School. So your essay should also have 3 supporting ideas. And then here, number 2, the thesis formula. Topic plus opinion equals thesis. So of course your thesis formula is your main sentence or your main idea for your whole paper. Some people say write your thesis first, but no. The first should be the 3 supporting ideas. And then number 2, make your thesis. So the topic could be something like, what makes a good parent? And that's the topic. And my opinion is, okay, understanding. They understand their children. They're understanding with them. Love. They unconditionally love their children, of course. And patience, of course, because children make mistakes. They have to be patient with them. So your topic plus your opinion equals your thesis. So the best aspects of a great parent are unconditional love, like understanding them, and patience with them. So that would be your thesis. So number 3 here, 1-3-1 outlines. Some people call this differently, but I like to call it the 1-3-1 outline because you can imagine this square when you think of 1-3-1. 1-3-1. So we have the first one, intro, usually called the intro paragraph. Then we have the body, the main part of the body, and then we have the conclusion at the end, the summary. So of course that's easy to know, but also of course back to our 3 supporting ideas, 1, 2, 3. They go into the 3 parts of the body. And our thesis formula, as the arrows show here, the thesis formula goes at the end of the first paragraph. So some people make the mistake of putting the thesis at the beginning. So okay, I'm going to talk about what makes parents great. No, you build up to it like, oh, well, my parents always took me out to dinner every time my birthday hit. Or when I won something at school, my parents were more excited about the award than I was. And da-da-da-da. And by the way, the 3 aspects of a great parent are, so at the end, of course, at the end of your intro, so you build up to it, and then you have the body, and then, of course, the conclusion. Then next, the 4th thing to do, of course, is divide your time. So if people that make mistakes, especially on essay test, but also essay homework, but essay test, when you have an essay test and you have like an hour to do the test or 30 minutes, let's say 30 minutes to do the test, people always say, oh, I have 30 minutes to write. Or if it's an hour essay test, okay, I have an hour to write. You don't have an hour. So of course, if you make, one of the biggest mistakes I see in my university students is, of course, they don't do this. 1/3 should be planning, 1/2 is writing, 1/6 is editing. So of course 1/3. So if you have a 30-minute essay, the teacher says, okay, you have 30 minutes to write this essay, here's your topic. So 1/3. So 30 minutes divided by 3, 10 minutes. But 10 minutes, you should just be doing this. Just be making your squares, brainstorming, words, no sentences. What are my 3 ideas? What's a thesis? Boom, 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 boom. But no writing yet. Then, of course, half the time, so 30 minutes essay, 1/3, 10 minutes is planning, half of it is writing. So then you spend 15 minutes writing the essay, getting down on it. Then, of course, after that, 1/6 of the time, in that example, would be 5 minutes. So the last 5 minutes, you edit it. I see some students do this, maybe half and half. I see really few students doing this. So, of course, you have to plan. So if you have an hour essay, 20 minutes planning. Don't touch any of the sentences yet, just planning. Think of it, get your structure in your head. Then, of course, from an hour, half of it's writing, so 30 minutes writing. And then 1/6, so 10 minutes will be reviewing, so editing, finding your mistakes, fixing them. How would I change this word? How would I change the order? Maybe instead of 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, maybe I would say 3, 1, 2. Maybe change the order. Sounds better, perhaps. So, of course, this is one of my favorite quotes on this topic. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So, of course, that means if you have no plan, so if you fail to plan, if you forgot to make a plan, then, of course, your actual plan is to fail. So you will fail. So that's your plan. So 5, 6, 7 are very easy, but number 5 is numbers match. What that means is, this is a common mistake. Back to the structure here. When you write it, you want to make a structure. When the person reading it, they want to see the structure, so they understand, oh, okay, I get where this is coming from. So what you do is first, second, third. The first idea, second idea, third idea. Firstly, secondly, thirdly. So again, matching. Or the first reason, the second reason, the third reason. So like that. So you would not say something like this, first, then secondly, and then the third reason. That would be, of course, wrong. Or something like this, firstly, second, firstly, the second reason, third. No, so you have to match. So when they see this ordering numbers in there, like after this, next, when they see those things, it teaches us the structure. Oh, okay, I see what's coming next. I got it. Then, of course, number 6 here, English vocabulary. I'm talking about Japanese, but you can match to your country wherever you are. So I put here, English vocabulary, of course, is greater than Japanese vocabulary. And it matters where you are, but this matters even if you're an American. Of course, I put 2.5 times. English vocabulary is almost 2.5 times greater than Japanese vocabulary. For example, in English, you say something like watch, see, look. In Japanese, those are one word, mirror. So, of course, we have a lot of different words in English. Why this matters to anyone, even if you're an English speaker, of course, is that on one A4 page or one page in Word, you, of course, would avoid repeating the same word. So if you wanted to use the word interesting, you would say interesting. Oh, this movie is interesting. Oh, the book was interesting. Oh, this city is interesting. No, you would change it up. And that's why in America, college students should always have, I don't necessarily recommend Oxford. It's not a bad dictionary, but it's a thesaurus, not a dictionary. So of course, this is the thesaurus. If you don't know what a thesaurus is when it explains like big, huge, enormous, or big, tiny, small. It explains similar words and opposite words. So usually American college kids will have this exactly sitting next to their computer when they're typing something, because on one page, like I said, you would try to avoid using the same words many times. Speaking to my Japanese students, in Japan, of course, they you wouldn't write all hiragana or katakana and no kanji. You would, of course, mix them, and you would add kanji. This would be like that. So it looks like, if you don't use kanji on your paper, it looks like, wow, this person doesn't have vocabulary. And in English, too, it looks like if you use the same word repeatedly, it's not only boring for the reader, it looks like, wow, this person has a limited vocabulary, maybe, so they don't know what they want to say and how they want to say it differently. And last one, 7. You don't use contractions. A contraction is exactly this. This is why I use don't on purpose instead of do not. This is a contraction. Con means with, and tract, put in together like a train track, like a railroad track. Contraction. So don't, can't, shouldn't, wouldn't, won't. in especially American English. So I'm from America. I'm from Tennessee, actually, in America. In American English, of course, you would avoid, you would say these in natural speaking. So I would never say, do not use contractions. It sounds like a textbook in American English. But if instead, when you write, so when you speak, of course, you always say don't or can't or shouldn't. But when you write them, you should always say do not. You should write it out. Sorry, let me put it like this. Do not, of course, for writing. When you write, you should write do not. So it makes your essay look better and look more formal. This is more formal, this is more casual. So it's best not to use these kind of anything with this, any kind of contractions in your essay. Okay, I hope you enjoyed, again, another video from Apple Pie English School. And this was 7 tips for a great essay. And we finished out the month, so I hope you watch the other ones. If you have any comments about this video, please put them below. And remember, please give us a like or subscribe so that we know that we're doing well and you want to continue seeing these videos, more of them. Thank you very much, and until tomorrow, have a good day and take care of yourself and each other.